Hey, welcome back to JG3 Reviews. My name is James, and here we like to explore the world of fountain pens, ink, and paper, and especially really great pens at a really great price. And today it is going to be one of those. So this pen right here, this is mine. This is not the highlight of the show today, but this is my Asvine P20 in Galaxy Blue, just an absolutely gorgeous pen. And I reviewed another color of this pen a while back when it first came out. This has proven to be just a fantastic fountain pen. And so I was excited when Asvine reached out to me and said, hey, we've got some new colors, and if we sent you one, would you like to review it on your channel? And I said, well, sure I would, and I'd like to give it away. And this pen here is one of those new colors, and I'm going to give it away. Well, what do you have to do to win this pen? And is it a cool color or not? Is it something you'd be interested in? Well, we're going to have to wait through the video to figure that out, aren't we? So let's flip that camera and get started. All right, as I mentioned, the Galaxy Blue version of this pen is my personal pen of this type. I did also review, way back, I bought this for the purpose of review, the Amber, and I just wanted to see what this acrylic was like and everything. And a lot of people really, really like Amber pens, and I think that this is a really great looking material, and this has been a really great pen as well. But today what I have for you is a new color for 2024. It's been out here for a couple of months, and the box, of course, is the same. The plastic box is the same. The instructions are also going to be the same, but let me just show you what they got. Right here it shows you how to fill a piston filling pen, and that is exactly what the P20 is. That's what the P stands for, is a piston filling pen. And all the information that you need is right there in the box, and then you get to this new color. Now there are actually three. There are three, 1, 2, 3 new colors. I noticed that today, as I'm recording this, one of those colors, the more green-based color, is sold out on Easy Buy's site, but you can still get this one. This is called Gradual Purple. Now there's a lot of pink in this Gradual Purple, and it's very similar, I think, to Pen BBS's resin called Purple Cloud, but they are not the same. And I did have a Purple Cloud pen that I was going to put up alongside this so that you could compare the two. Basically, you notice here that you had those chunks. Looks like something that would occur in nature, but the other one is just cloud, purple cloud, so it's cloudy, and it transitions back and forth between basically the same colors. But I gave that Purple Cloud 308 to my niece, and I did so gladly. I was really excited to give that pen to her, so I don't have that to compare. But this pen really is quite a stunner, and I have to say, I showed it to some family, including my niece, and her response was, that pen is too fancy for me. It really liked the color. Everybody that was looking at it really did like the build of the pen. So if you're into purples and you're into pinks, then this may just be a pen for you. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. For myself, I'm the Galaxy Blue person. That's what I collect, and I have Galaxy Blue pens from several different companies because that's just it's just my favorite. I don't know, it's just my favorite. But I know this one is also probably going to be pretty popular with a lot of people. So in terms of the material, it is well done, and in terms of the design, it is well done, but it's also quite familiar. If you look back there, you can see some of its inspiration. There is a Leonardo Momento and a Momento Grande, and definitely this is a Leonardo Mosaico inspired pen. You can see some of those shapes and details. Now that happens to be really kind of a nice thing because you're talking about some really nice design elements like that peaked finial at the top of the cap, and then you come down to that trim and to the clip and the roller. And I think for this price, that is all done really well. You have, again, kind of a Greco-Roman inspired trim band, and then something that I really like about the P20 and all of its colors, that nice, clear ink window. It's a generous ink window. You know what ink you've got, you know about how much you've got, and it doesn't leave so much to mystery like, say, with the Lamy 2000 and some other harder to read ink windows. And so I like that. Now I mentioned I do have experience with 2 other pens, and actually 3, because I had a third. It was actually, I think, the very first P20 I bought, which was in that lake blue color, but I gifted that to another family member who was really enjoying that pen. I knew it was just the right color for them and a really great pen, and sure enough, they're really enjoying it. So just one way or the other, you're going to find a colorway that you like in the P20 line, and adding 3 more options just broadens the appeal to even more people. And as you go down the pen, it tapers slightly down to another gold trim ring, and then of course you have that piston knob. And if you're not familiar with a piston filling pen, watch the window there. When you unscrew this, and you can see it through this resin, which makes this maybe a more interesting resin to some, that piston goes down, expelling the air, creating a vacuum then as you twist it back down, and the piston comes up and it fills with ink. It's a favorite filling system for people who like bottled inks. They're really easier to maintain and clean than you might assume, and I find them to be quite reliable. When you take off that cap, it's going to take 1, 2, right at 2 turns. The pen will, of course, post securely. If you're a non-poster, then don't do that. And then we'll come to the grip section. That grip section has some fine threads there and is a very comfortable shape to me. Now, grips are a very personal thing, but I have always liked the grips of, for example, those Leonardos back there, and then these pens that kind of imitate it a little. It is not as dramatic a narrowing as you come down the grip as it is on the Leonardos, and so it doesn't really feel quite the same, but it is, to me, a very comfortable pen to hold. It is a nice balance, unposted, even more so with ink in the pen, and I find it a very comfortable pen to write with, the P20. The nib is a nib unit, which means that this would unscrew, which makes this, again, very easy to clean out and to flush out or to swap with other Asvine nibs. This particular pen comes with a fine nib. My personal ones are mediums, and I really like their medium nibs. The fine is also a good nib, and I've had really good experience with Asvine nibs right out of the box. Your mileage may vary. Feel free to share any contrary opinions you might have or your experience down in the comments below, but my experience with these nibs really has been quite good. It is a steel nib with nice decorative, I almost said squirreling. That would not be right. Scrolling, nice decorative scrolling, and it has a great big F right there for fine, which makes that easy to remember what you've got. That can be important when you have pens that don't make that obvious. It does get a little frustrating, even more so when your eyes turn 40 or 50. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Asvine here just below that, so you don't forget who made it. And then, of course, a typical plastic feed. All in all, I think it's a really nice design. And again, these aren't my colors, but I tell you what, I do think they look good. The material is good, and the build quality is good. All right, I'm going to use my pen, my personal P20 for this test, and the reason for that is I want the winner of this pen to be the first person to write with it, okay? I'm going to keep that in pristine condition and not send it to you after I've used it and inked it up and everything else. Now, one difference is going to be these are different nib sizes. That's a fine, and mine is a medium. Ink today is Jinhao, which I can't seem to be able to write. I don't know what just happened there. And this is their deep blue, which is kind of like Waterman Mysterious Blue or Pilot Blue Black. It's a really good looking ink. Has nice shading in it, and I like that about it. Been a good ink in my experience. Wetness for this pen and nib is, I think, quite good. And there again, you can kind of see the lighter shade in the wetness test. Paper is Rhodia. Which also helps bring out some of that variation there. Really nice writing pen. Now, I've done a full review of this pen before, so I'm not going to go quite as far in the writing test. You can check out those other videos as well. But just overall, excellent, excellent pens. The medium nib in that Galaxy Blue, really, really good. I know that the fine nib in this is also a terrific nib. I've used all three of them, the extra fine, the fine, and the medium from Asvine, and all of mine have been good writers. and have had good experience with them. They're good pens if you take care of them. I think whoever wins this is getting a really neat pen. And I want to thank again Asvine for sending that, because basically they're giving one of my viewers a pen. And I like that. Just pass that right along to you. When they asked if I wanted to review it, I said, as long as I can give it away, I will do it. Sign up. How are you going to do that? How can you win this pen? Well, first, don't be a scammer, okay? Watch out for those scammers after I give you the rules and everything. But listen carefully what I'm going to tell you about how to win the pen. Check in the description below again, and I'll also pin it in the comments as well. So what you do is subscribe to the channel, make a comment below, and then what I will do is use software to draw a winner at random, and I will announce that. Now pay attention to this part. I will announce that in a video. I will not contact you in the comments and say, hey, congratulations, you won. That's a scammer, okay? That's going to be a scammer. You watch the video that I will put out in about a week's time to announce the winner. And that's the only way I'm going to announce that publicly, is in that video. So if it's not in the video, then you're dealing with a scammer, okay? And then once I announce the winner, if that's you, then the instructions on how to contact with me will also be in that video. All right? All right. So, just be on your guard. There's some nefarious people out there who have more time than character on their hands. And, you just got to watch out for that stuff. But we're not going to let that spoil our fun. We're going to give away a pen. And if you want to win this pen, then again, subscribe, leave a comment on this video, and then watch for the winner announcement in about a week. Right. Well, with all that said, I want to say just very quickly, thank you to everybody for your very kind comments on the passing of my dad. I really do appreciate that. And I hope that you have a wonderful week, and God bless you. And I'll see you in the next review.